Wow, this lighting right here is very different. It seems like my lighting doesn't ever really stay the same. It's I guess you guys just will never know what I really look like. Don't trust what you see, am I right? Anyways, hey y'all, it is a brand new month. It is exactly March 1st when I am recording this. So with March, it is a brand new theme. Yay! Yay for new themes. That means going to totally different places that I've been going to last month. Last month, we were going to date night related places. But this month, because I seem to have a pattern of theming all of my videos according to like the holiday that's on the month, and of course in March it's St. Patty's Day, so I actually decided to do late night eats. So any place I consider late night, I would say would be open past midnight. For some of you guys that might not even be that late, but for me late is like 9 o'clock in the AM. Just kidding. But seriously though, I didn't go late night just because I would be just dead tired, but I did choose places that focus on catering to the late night crowd. So with that in mind, that is going to be this month's theme, just so that you guys are aware from here on out until April comes around, and before you know it, you blink and it's gonna be here. So with the start of March, I decided to go to Crafty Irishman pub, the Crafty Irishman, and it is actually in downtown Dallas, and it's on Main Street, but it's not in Deep Ellum area. It's actually in the high-rise building area, so it's a bit hard to find. I actually went around a lot, just even trying to find the building, and my GPS was just kind of taking me everywhere. And you know, if you live anywhere that you see high-rise buildings, like it's so difficult to navigate, and here there's always construction happening. So with that in mind, be sure to find parking. Parking is not free in downtown ever. I'm sure in any downtown you guys live at, it's not really free. But I managed to park in a lot that was it's walking distance away, so it's not horrible. It's not horrible parking. But there is no like parking lot with the restaurant in it, so keep that in mind and be careful when you try to find the place. You may miss it, more than likely. So I finally got my way there, and it is pretty chilly outside, so I really wanted, you know, something heavy and satisfying to eat. And that's another reason why I decided to choose the Crafty Irishman as the first place, and the place I went to today, because the weather is just perfect for this kind of food, you know, like comfort, hearty food, right? So speaking of the food, I really stuffed my face this time. So this is gonna be a pretty long one, you guys. Just letting you know, just putting it out there right now. It was quite an experience, first off, walking in. It is actually a lot smaller than I thought. I don't know why. I kind of pictured a really spacious area with like a big bar and all that stuff, but it's not really that big. But they were packed. They were full of people, and there were even some people eating outside. I think it's cold. I mean, you can kind of see my getup right here a little bit, just everything on, right? But it's actually not that bad, but it's chilly enough that I don't want to sit outside. And so they were packed, and they had live music going around. I actually decided to sit at at the bar, and so I actually sat next to the musicians that were playing tonight, and they were awesome. Okay, they were really, really cool. It wasn't the kind of live music where you can't hear anything, let alone hear the person you're talking to, like not that sort of live music. It was very pleasant and it really fit the atmosphere. They were two violinists and they were playing some really awesome folksy music, so I really, really liked that. But yeah, so moving on to the food. So I really pigged out tonight. I went for the entire 3 courses by myself. But that's okay because I still managed to eat a lot and sample a lot of things while I was there. So the first thing I had was the Scotch eggs. And if you guys don't know what a Scotch egg is, it's basically a soft-boiled egg wrapped around seasoned meat and then deep fried, like breaded and then deep fried. And it is what you probably are thinking. It is rich and decadent and totally 100% not good for you. But it was delicious, actually. It was perfectly seasoned. The egg yolk was still runny. What I liked that they did was they cut it so that it's a lot easier to eat. They didn't just give you a whole ball of protein to eat, so you were able to eat it no problem. And it came with like a mustard sauce, and they also dotted some sriracha sauce around it, which was really weird. It was kind of interesting, but I mean, you know, it worked. I ate the whole thing no problem. It was very delicious. And that wasn't even the best thing I ate there, okay? Let me tell you about this lamb stew. So I had lamb stew, and all it said in the description was like it was authentic, and I was just thinking, okay, well, I don't really have stew outside of a home, so if they have to sell it, it has to be really good, right? It was. I would go back just for the stew. The stew made it feel like I've had it since childhood. And I did not grow up eating homemade food. I grew up with Michelinas and Chef Boyardee. Like, that was the kind of childhood I had. But there, when I had the lamb stew, it felt so comforting, and it was perfect, absolutely perfect for a cold night or day, whatever, a cold day. And it was the perfect ratio of meat to vegetables, and all they had was potatoes and carrots in it, and then the meat. And the meat, they had both the meat and the fat of the lamb in it with the right amount of broth, and they served it with their brown bread, their Irish brown bread. I'll go ahead and leave a description of what that is right here because I don't really know what it is either. I just happened to have it with the soup, but anyways, it was the perfect ratio of everything. The vegetables were perfectly tender. Meat was just fall apart, and the thing is like, it doesn't look like much, but they know how to get the intensity of the true flavors of their ingredients out without it being overwhelming, if you know what I'm saying. So the stew itself wasn't salty. It didn't taste like there was too much seasoning of one kind. It didn't really taste like too much of anything, and I'm actually really happy about that. I didn't have to add anything to it, and I just like did a happy dance like the entire time I was eating it with a stupid grin on my face because it was that good. It was absolutely amazing. Definitely try that out. And then I was not anticipating getting dessert at all. I wasn't full yet, but I never get dessert. I just don't get dessert out because I work in pastry, so I get kind of tired of having desserts all the time. But they were kind of showing off that they have this brown bread ice cream, so I was really curious. Apparently this recipe is from the 1800s. Just like the stew, they are both family recipes. Like, they are old recipes that they believe in, and they really want to get that out there to everybody, right? So I went ahead and got ice cream. I went ahead and got their brown bread ice cream, and the way it was explained to me was it was all house made, including the base. So the base is vanilla ice cream, and then they mix their brown bread, that same bread that they served with their stew, into the ice cream, and they serve it with, I believe they called it a caramel sauce, but when I tasted it, it was actually very butterscotchy. Like, it tasted like a butterscotch sauce. And so I drizzled that all over my ice cream, and it tastes delicious. You can definitely tell it's house made because it just doesn't taste like, I don't know, like a typical ice cream at all. Not just because they put bread in it. Like, not because of that. Actually, the brown bread made it kind of taste like it was toffee-like. It was like they put toffee and like caramel candies in it. It was really crunchy. It was like crunchy, and it had like a cookie type mouthfeel to it. So it really made it taste like an Irish take on a cookies and cream. Like, that's what I thought of when I ate it. It was amazing. It was absolutely delicious. Don't regret it at all. Don't regret ordering that at all, even for someone like me who's like sick and tired of pastry. I really enjoyed that. I actually really liked that ice cream. But yeah, I would say, like, all in all, the food definitely exceeded my expectations. I don't expect much from pub grub or food from a bar place, like, at all, but the food that they're serving up, they're not joking around. Like, they really care about the quality of the food and the preparation of the food, and it really felt like it wasn't just to put food on the menu. They really did do their best, and it really shows. I really enjoy the food so much. Alright, so I would definitely say, like, the Crafty Irishman, they know what they're doing, and the food was amazing, atmosphere was amazing. I actually felt, for the first time ever going to a pub restaurant type place, that I actually felt super comfortable just sitting there. And I was at the bar. I really enjoyed the atmosphere and the music, and the bartender who helped me was so nice. Like, they got everything right. And with that said, I would definitely come back, and I urge you guys to check them out because they aren't easy to find, sure, but they are worth the effort, I would say. So definitely go check them out. I'll go ahead and leave their stuff right here. Whatever it is, I'm not quite sure which one, website, social media of some sort, anything like that, will be right here. And then, of course, my Instagram right here so that you guys can follow me if you guys want to check out what I will be uploading later, and you guys will know where the next place I'm taking you is. But yeah, thank you guys for eating with me, and next time, let's go eat something. Bye bye!